In this video, I wanted to talk to you about limiting beliefs within your personal finances, okay? Because I'm talking to a lot of people daily about their own personal finances, and I'm noticing recurring themes about people thinking that they're just stuck and there's nothing that they can do, okay? So let's just jump right into it. My name's Chris. I've been an accountant now for 10 years, and like I mentioned, I am helping people with their personal finances. Specifically, it's helping them organize their finances, pay down their debt faster. A similar topic came up 2 or 3 times within the last week, and that's why I'm making this video. So let's talk about the first scenario, okay? So I was talking to someone. They had an hourly wage job that they didn't really love, but it was more to pay the bills. This person made about $40,000, okay? And when I was talking to her, like, she was working really, really hard. She got her budget going. She was doing all the things that I was asking her to do and then some. And so I was like, you know what, you're crushing this. I'm really proud of you. But at the end of the day, her budget, she wasn't able to make much progress because she couldn't have spent less money on living, and like she was doing everything that she had to do to sort of cut. Even though budgeting is not necessarily cutting, it's not restrictive, it's intentional. But in her case, she did everything that she could from the cutting expense side to try and make her financial goals happen, right? But I was like, you're doing awesome, but at the end of the day, like, the elephant in the room is that you have to make more money. Like, you know this, I know this, like, so how can I kind of help you do that? And then we started talking about, like, you know, specifically where she was working and the skills that she had, and she just felt like she was stuck because she didn't have many skills to offer, and she just felt like she was stuck in this position forever. And I think this is a common thought, right? Where people maybe in their 20s or 30s, they have these goals, they have these aspirations, and they get a job somewhere and they stick there, and then they're comfortable, and they stop trying to learn, they stop trying to grow, and then they realize after 10 years that they're like, oh my God, is this it? And their pay goes up 2 to 3% every year, but on a small salary, like, it's not really helping out that much, right? It's just a limiting belief, right? That's why we're having this discussion today. So she pretty much was like, yeah, you know what? I don't really think I have much room to, like, grow, and I don't have any skills, and I have to just make it work in my personal finances. Like, I think it's gonna be too hard for me to leave, too hard for me to find a job. I told her, people leave their jobs all the time. Like, there's definitely skill adjacent jobs that you can find that probably will give you more money. And if you keep trying, you apply to dozens of places, hundreds of places even, and no one accepts you. On the side, you almost have to grow a new skill. So what do you really like, and what do you want to do? Like, what would interest you that could make you money? Like, if you were to make money online or start this, I don't know, community where you're teaching people how to do things, right? Could you do something outside of your job? So when you get home, your job is basically to do this side hustle thing, this part-time thing, and you're trying to build up this thing, or just learn skills, like watching videos on how to be a copywriter or how to whatever, right? I'm just throwing stuff out there. But the point is, she had limiting beliefs. She could easily do something about it. Anyone can learn a new skill. Anyone can look for jobs. I think for some reason, people have this mindset that they can't look for a job, or it's too hard to look for jobs, or, oh, in this economy, there's no jobs, or, oh, where I live, there's not many people hiring. It's like, maybe that's true, but, like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, are you just gonna sit there and accept that you're gonna be, like, a failure, or you're not gonna, like, increase your value to the marketplace? I was telling this lady that from my perspective and what I did, I worked at 4 companies in the last 10 years, okay? And when I got to the company, part of the interview process was me trying to figure out if there's actually growth within the company. I learned this probably in my mid to late 20s, so I already been working for a company or two. When I realized this, I was like, why am I waiting for the 3 to 5% annual increase or whatever? Like, I want to, like, have a path to, like, grow, make more money, yes, but obviously, like, create value for the company and be an important person in the company, right? I told her that I accepted a job offer that was 2 hours away, and I did that job for like 2 years, okay? I was commuting on a train. It sucked. Like, the schedule sucked. It was freaking hard, and, like, I was just exhausted all the time, but the experience was so good. This was in my mid-20s, so, like, I don't regret it at all. But the reason why I left was not because of growth. The growth was there. It was the commute. But the experience for that job gave me, my next couple jobs for sure. Like, what I learned there helped out do everything. So it's like commuting 2 hours, that not everyone's necessarily going to do that. It's a lot. You have to, like, be really committed to yourself. But, like, there's options out there. Like, you don't have to look in this, like, 15-minute radius around your house. Like, you gotta, like, you gotta be a little more desperate than that, and you gotta just learn a new skill and try to improve yourself. Humbling yourself in the beginning too, where maybe you're at this stage, but you have to start from scratch again, so you have to start down here. So you're gonna be making less money for a little while, but it's actually the better growth path for you in a long enough time horizon. The other example that I had was also related to their job, okay? So this person, their car broke down, unfortunately, and they were unable to find someone to fix it, is the story that I got. And their employer let them go because they weren't going to work because their car fixed. So I was like, okay, two things here, probably a couple things. First, like, was there no other way to get to work? Like, I understand if your car's in the shop and you can't, get it to work, but like, could you take an Uber? Could you take public transportation? Like, your job is your main source of income. So to lose that out of this silly thing of, oh, my car broke, there's no other way, you got to use your resources. Even if you don't think you have any, like, you got to use it. Even if you had to pay Uber twice a day until your car got fixed, you obviously have to do that, and you just have to eat the expense, because what's the alternative? The alternative is you lose your job and now you have no income to pay yourself. And unfortunately, this person went into massive debt to try and like recover everything. She had to move out of her place because she couldn't pay rent. And the mindset was that no one in her area could fix this specific problem on the car that she was having. I was like, maybe that's true, but like, again, are you gonna let that stop you from being successful, or just not even being successful, but just like keeping the lights on and like having food in your refrigerator? Like, you have to go to work. Like, that's your primary source of income. So it's been months for this person, unfortunately, that she's been out of work, and it's because of her job. And I don't know if she's just getting comfortable, but like, she's in massive debt. She's maxed out all of her credit options. Now I don't know what she's going to do. And I felt, bad. I wanted to help her, but she doesn't have any income to be able to support her life. So it's hard to show someone how to create a budget, even if I did it for free, right? Where I was helping her for free to help her out. But like, I can't, there's no budget here. Like, you don't have any income, and your expenses, I don't know, like, so I feel for those people, but it's a limiting belief. Like, there's got to be a way to either A, fix your car, or B, get another form of transportation to get you to work, or use public transportation, use Uber, buy like a super cheap car. I don't know, like, there's a way around it, and you have to find it, and you have to stop accepting reality sometimes. You have to like be able to push and dig, and like, especially when it comes to your job, like your income source, you have to want like more money. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you have no money at the end of the month, if you feel poor, you have to increase your income. And there's a way to do that, right? You have to provide value in your workplace. You have to go to your boss and be like, hey, I've worked here for X long, right? And here's the problems that I think our department or our company has, and here are the ways that I'm going to fix them, and here's how it's going to either save the company money, make the company more money, right? You have to always relate it back to like, how is this going to be valuable for the company? Because you could just be busy with stuff, but you have to show your boss or whoever that what this thing is going to do is going to save time, money, effort for another department, for your department, right? You have to show your value. So anyone can do this, whether you work at McDonald's or you work at a Fortune 500 company. Anyone can find a way to improve the value to their company, and that's how you make more money, and that's how you grow. Because a lot of times you have to do the next job on the the ladder rung before you actually get paid for it. I think a lot of people want to just do the job that they're doing, get a promotion, and then just go right into the next job. But you have to be almost doing the next job before you're getting promoted to that job. Like, your company needs to see that you can handle more responsibility, more, putting out more fires. And the way to do that is creating more value. Okay. So I hope that video was helpful. Stop having limited beliefs. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever had a limiting belief, what you did to conquer it, and I will see you in the next video.